Welcome to Dan's Diary, week 3. You may be wondering why there was a big gap between end of week 2 and the start of week 3. This is because I completely made the mistake of thinking that the builder started on a Wednesday. He didn't, he started on a Friday. So week 1 should have been longer and week 2 should have been longer as well. So this one is actually for a week and a half. So without further ado, welcome. I hope you had a great week and a half since we last spoke, and I look forward to telling you what's happened on the plot so far. This first clip we're going to see is the builders laying the concrete to the wall foundation. It works. The second clip we're going to see is the progress that they've made in levelling out the house earthworks and the wall, which is now progressing quite quickly. Okay, so what's the status today? We've started to lay the wall, as you can see. Done a couple more courses since I was here, say 2 hours ago. Yeah, that's progressing quite well. Down here you can see the bit they finished. There it is. That's the bit they finished. There's if I go to this end, nearly fell over, there's reinforcing bars horizontal every 1, 2, 3 courses, linked in with the column steelwork. That'll be straightened up when it's finished. And then the steelwork vertically as well, reinforcing bars vertically. So that's not going anywhere, is it? Let's be honest. So it goes from the road all the way down here. Goodness me, there's even more. So it goes right the way down to there. And then what happens from here, at the end where it is, there'll be another little bit to about there, which is also block work, and then a column, and then that's where the metal fence starts over to the end wall. There you go. Risking life and limb walking on this stuff. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we still haven't cleared that. We will though, don't you worry about that. That's going to be one of my goals, to get these guys to clear that. Let's go and have a little look-see at the old earth. Yeah, now you see that yellow line, whether you can see it. This one here, if I put the phone horizontal with the existing ground level, you can see that's how much they've got to build it up to. Okay, so they're going to build that up to there for the house line. They're not doing too bad. I've just been told that they're going to do this area here as well. Oh, they started. They're levelling this area as well, and then it will fade off towards the wall. So all of that is level as well. And all of that earth is coming from over there, so it's not costing me anything. That's the good news for the day, isn't it, I suppose? There you go, so that's progressing well. It's 12 o'clock on the Friday. And we're going to shift all that's left. I've just spoken to the owner of the next door and he said, yeah, okay, no problem. So we're going to shift all that onto my side and then burn it. And that's going to be a column there, as you can no doubt tell. Now that's that line, that little dot, that little concrete red thing down there. That's the property line. But we're building the wall in from there because these lampposts are set, what they set, they're set on the road, but it's inside. Start again. They're set inside the property line. I don't want my wall to go to the right of them. I want it to go to the left. So the wall will go to the left of those. So there'll be a little gap, maybe a metre and a half between the concrete pavement and the wall. We'll just cement that over, put a couple of planters on it or something, and it'll look quite nice. But that's actually in my plot. Okay, this is finished floor level. I'm standing on, more or less. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You've got to have an imagination when you see things like this. You've got to imagine what they're going to be like when they're finished. I'm struggling, I must admit. However, I have full confidence in the builder and my forward planning skills to see that that is going to be quite nice when it's finished. And the outside of the house. Now this point I'm standing on now, as you can see, there's the yellow line there. This is more or less the outside of the living room. I think the living room steps back a little bit, but this is the view. I can live with that. Imagine those trees all, well, imagine all the roof gone, some plants growing up the side of that wall, all of this landscaped. Yeah, it should be alright. A little bit of a patio thrown down there, a tree maybe, one or two scattered around, chickens running around. Oh, it'll be excellent, excellent. Now this level here, I'm told, will have lots of earth from the front over there and that area there. Some of that will come over here to level it up a little bit. Not perhaps now, I'm going to concentrate on the house now, maybe later when we do the landscaping. So this will be, I reckon it's going to be like kind of a split level. I can see that being one level of garden, going down a step, and maybe at the end another level going right over there to where the corner is. Stick a gazebo down there or something. Should be okay. So we'll keep this one for posterity to see the before and after. But you wouldn't believe in 2 weeks, which is how long we've been going, the difference. If I'd have stood here 2 weeks ago, I'd have been inside a tree or a bush or chest deep in fern or grass or weed or something. Okay, we're going up to the rainy season, so it's not going to be all of this area here is going to be similar, but where we're working is going to be pretty cool, pretty clean. You can see they've done a great job levelling that so far. I mean, that was like well below that string a couple of days ago. So all of that's the house print, overall house print. Obviously the house has got rooms which step in and walls which step out, but generally speaking that's the maximum it is. Okay, so that's progress. We are on, what day is it? Friday of week 3. So I'll probably come down here in a couple of days and I'll video the next bit of work. I think we'll be continuing on with this wall, and he'll have probably done something with flattening this earthworks out and started to dig the foundations of the house. So as soon as that happens, I'll definitely come down because I want an idea as to how big the rooms are. Okay, that's enough. So this is a view from the side of the hill. There's the old guys tucking into some rice and fish. Well, it is Friday. That's the level plot. Looks big from here, doesn't it? One of these days I'll post on here the layout and the picture of this building, so you get a rough idea what I'm trying to build. This is a driveway, obviously, and all of this is going to level out down there. Yeah. Cool as a rule. Okay, that's enough for today, I think. Let me go back and have a look at my quail. Right, good morning on a sunny Sunday. There's old Joy walking on the site. Say hello, Joy. There you go, she's happy. Well, I suppose we better start with the wall. Let's have a look at this. Now that looks to me like they've started to pour the concrete down the formwork to the columns. They've done 2 columns down there, the end 2 columns. Let's go and have a quick look. You see, there you go. Oh, and it looks like they've completed the wall to the end now as well. There you go. One there and one there, and we've gone right to the end. Right to the end. So that's your wall for you. Still got a few brick courses to go on the top. Okay, this is the view from, as we stand at the minute, this is the view from the bottom of the garden, my head height, so what's that, 6 foot off the ground. see there's a bit of a slope there, but all that will get evened out. There's the old wall coming down there, and from this point, which is where it ends, it'll go straight down here, straight down to where I'm standing, and join the wall there. Okay, and that's the view we've got at the moment. I'm rather hoping all of this here, well, it will, all of that will go, so you've got an even better view down there. But that's enough about the view. I keep going on about that every video. We seem to have three excavators on site, so I wonder why. Maybe one of them's broken down. Let's go up there and find out. Okay, this is in preparation for the front wall, so maybe he's already measured it, so let's presume he has. So it's going to be from that column at the end of the wall that you see, I'm guessing, from there along the front. You see they've scraped it and levelled it out behind that lamppost. Now I reckon it's up to that wooden stake that's in the ground. So what they've done, I'm guessing, is started to prepare the soil for the... Oh no, it won't be that column, will it? It'll be further along, because it's just behind the lampposts. So it's just... There's the column. It's going to be a couple of feet after the column, and then from there it's going to come across here, and they start that next week. Well, in this week's video, because don't forget I'm doing a week and a half, so that will start. And then if this is the house level, yeah, it's looking quite good. It's looking quite good. I suspect there'll be a lot of progress next week with the finishing off of this wall here. Finishing off of, I don't mean the render, I mean the columns and things. So it'll be finishing off that, it'll be starting this wall, the front, and I'm told they're going to lay out the foundations for the house here after they've measured it and I've confirmed it. So that'll be next week's work that you'll see on this video. A week for you, I'm sorry, a week for me, and mere seconds for you. This is the excavation so far, just behind that solar powered lamppost, ready for the wall. And if I go here, you can see the one. Does it zoom in? Yes, it does. Go for it, Samsung. There's the line. If I move a little bit this way, there's the line that you're looking at. Excavator's in the way, but that's a line there behind, there's my finger, behind the lampposts. That's where the wall's going, starting tomorrow. Okay, smile everybody.
Selfie.
was right. You see, it's starting from there, and that's the column, so they'll probably put another column there. Very good. And they've laid out the house. Let me just go and show you.
Macy. Hoi, hoi, hoi. Macy. Macy. Macy.
Right then, what have we got this morning? Well, we've just found out that the man cave wall is somewhere down here, and it's a bit close to this excavation, so they're going to just take it back another metre into this so they can do the man cave wall, because that, well, obviously the most important room in the house. We don't want that wrong. And just been told very shortly they'll put these wooden the poles on the perimeter of the house so we can judge it and we can see how big the rooms are. This afternoon the builder, he's got all his drawings and his plans and his specifications done, so he's going to the barangay to submit the plans to a colleague, so that should be satisfactory. That should be satisfactory. Right, that's the news for this morning. They've started to level this area here at the back, so it's all nice and level, and they're currently depositing it in this area here at the back, so we've got a nice long flat section here. So all of that will be flattened a little bit, so I've got a little bit more garden to play with at the back. You can see they've now poured the concrete into these three, so those three are going to be ready for exposing shortly. Let's go and have a look at the setting out. Now, although I've been standing here for about an hour, they've cleared quite a lot of soil there. They're getting down to it. That's going to be, like I've said before, the same level as this. So all of that is going, all of that little rampway is going, and they're going to dump it down there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 loads they've done this morning already, and I dare say there's a couple down the back. Now all of the house is set out. I've just walked it through with Joel, the builder. So what they do now with one of those two standing idle excavators is they start digging out the footings. Joel, when are you going to start excavating the footings? Okay, so tomorrow the builder says they start doing the footings. Okay, cool. There's my double garage. I've just checked over the size of the man cave, happy with that. It's fractionally bigger than the one I've got now. Okay, that's enough for today. See you boys tomorrow. Well, actually it's not a well, it's a cesspit. So they've dug, it's by the wall, they've dug because the neighbour likes the smell when it gets full. Anyway, there's the cesspit all dug out. So what they'll do now, they'll put some blockwork walls. They'll put a blockwork wall in the middle. They'll leave the bottom, and then we'll have a couple of pipes feeding into it, and a concrete lid on the top. And that, my friends, is my cesspit. There's my cesspit. Blockwork walls have started reinforcing, and this is progressing quite well. And there's the guys having a well-earned rest. Yes, that'll be complete in the next few days, I would say. Right, these guys now are bringing soil from there. They've excavated quite a bit and they've levelled the ramp off, and they're now pushing it over the side to give me, thanks to Joel's planning, quite a nice bit of back garden here. That is not the back of the house, well, that's part of back of the house where Max is. So all of this is now usable, and that lot over there, once it's dumped at the back, will give me, I'm going to say, to there, gradually going downhill, not the massive bit we've got now. That's the where's my finger? There somewhere. That's where the plot ends. So all of that will be nicely graded. Yeah, we've done a good job. Progressing quite well. We're lucky with the weather, really. I mean, we're a fortnight into the rainy season and we haven't had any rain yet. And what Joel's got is these guys digging the column foundations out. He's got nearly all of them done now. There they are. 6 or 7 foot deep. And once he's done that, he's going to put the concrete down. The formwork's already made up. Not the formwork, the metalwork's already made up. The reinforcing bars over there by the hut. And I'll put them in. And Joel, when do you imagine you'll be pouring the concrete for the foundations?
Next week, sir, maybe Monday.
Monday next week, did you hear that? Monday next week, pouring the concrete. So the progress from this time last week,
yes,
all of this has been now levelled, the building's been set out, that's been done, the wall's been done, that one's been finished. The pit is 75-50% finished, and all of this has been levelled, so that's all the posts are assembled over there, so that's excellent progress. Right, that's enough of that. Right, we're going to have a walk up here. Thank you, John. And have a look at this guy. He's doing what you obviously, I've told you already what he's doing, scooping it over into that far corner. Got me a nice little bit of back garden here. Soon it'll be bigger. Well, It won't be bigger, but it'll be flatter. Here's the guys working down a hole. There you go. Progress on wet Thursday. Progress on Thursday. Good.